Okay, we are live. Welcome, folks. We're calling these political nooners. I was unavailable yesterday. I was over in Vancouver doing some stereo shopping, and behind me is all that. But we try and come in and do a half-hour show every single day. And so, new channel, we're trying to build it up and get things going. In a way, and I guess I better tune in and watch my own program here. Let's see, Ghost Town Politics, content, it's alive. Bear with me. Bear with me. There it is. All right, there we go. That's good. Okay, that's working. Everything, all cylinders are fine. James Farley, welcome to the show. Sue, my better half, just got off doing a show over on the Marty in Oregon program, which is a vinyl community show. But if you want to learn a bit more about Sue and everything, she did a nice interview with Marty, a nice discussion, really, more than an interview. A lot of fun. And Sue's a very different personality to myself, much more reserved and laid back. Cheryl, welcome aboard. This is my political channel. Mine, along with my good friend, Blake McKenzie. I'm here every day available. Blake's a working guy, so he's not always available, but whenever he is, he has a moderator's wrench. He has a perma link. The door is open for him. We got some stuff to get into, as the liberal hive mind might say on his channel. And what we're dealing with today is this breaking story on the X program. Now, I guess if these people were private citizens, it would be a different thing. They are not. They are, in fact, de facto heads of state. And there's a clip. It's gone viral, as one might expect for this. I'm not going to say too much about it. I'm going to share it. And then you folks we can start the dialogue. This story is being reported by many sources. James Woods, the American actor, kind of leaves a comment, but I've got it maximized out. Get the sound up. Sound up's not really relevant. I'm going to play it a couple of times. One with the sound down. Keep an eye on this little packet right there. And this gentleman here, underneath his hands, there's a little object you're going to see. Basically, it looks like a tiny little spoon. Yeah, we're talking basically cocaine. Let's see. And is it or not? You have to be the judge. It could be just, maybe he was on trying to tell the wife that he's off of sugar and he's just using a sugar substitute. But watch the hand play from the left hand to the right hand behind the back here. And this guy just kind of clutches for the evidence and hides it. Here we go. They have a seat. There's the little spoon in question. There. Oh, I'll take care of that. Oh, there's that packet. Watch that hand. Nothing to see here. David Blaine, magician at large. Move that hand over there and swing it behind your back if you could. Thank you. Pass that and get rid of that. All right, let's play it again. So we got Macron here. We got Keith Starmer over in England and Chancellor Merz from the Friedrich Merz from Germany. Holy smokes. Let's give it some sound this time. They come in, the reporters are there. I don't think expected the camera to be there. People are suggesting this might be something other than a packet of sugar. Let's take a look. Watch the hand play from the left to the right and behind. There we go. It's in there. He's going to move this, transfer, and put it behind. He's already grabbed his his spoon. We don't know what kind of spoon it is. Here's the transfer behind the back. There's Starmer. So, needless to say, this little bit, in fact, I should give it, let's make it large for you folks because it's probably hard to see. Here we go. One more time. I'll kill the sound again on it. There's the spoon. Grab it. There's the little package. Left, it's in his right hand. Transfers to the left hand and then behind the back. So left hand will move over. There's the move, transfer, and behind the back. Nothing to see here, kids. I'm going to pull a quarter out from behind my ear for my next trick. So, yeah. Okay, so why is this even relevant? I think it's relevant because, and let me just minimize that. I think it's relevant that if this were I don't know, a couple of, kids down at the local pub or something. I don't think it would be that significant a story. But these are the people talking about war in Europe with Russia. These are heads of state making decisions.
Of hundreds of
do you want your life and laws that oversee your personal liberties, perilous as they may be, in the hands of people like this? And I would argue, I think it's problematic. And I think at an earlier day and time, in a different time, different age, this would have been just enough evidence to kind of send these guys packing. Nobody vote for them again. But, we live in such a massive age of polarized politics and indifference. People just go, oh, well, whatever. If they want to have their recreational, hit, that's up to them. But I say, because the stakes are so high in this world that we occupy collectively, I think that it's a pretty serious situation for these guys. We do drug tests for federal employees. Yeah. We got a politician in America demanding drug tests for Doge. So if you want your Doge employees drug tested, which I have no problem with, you better make the same rules apply to heads of state, right? Including Donald John Trump or anybody else for that matter. These people have to set an example. They are the powers that be. They get outrageous amounts of money. They have outrageous amounts of power invested in them. So James goes, I keep forgetting you're on at 3 every day. You're going to get used to it because I'm going to keep going to be here every day. I don't watch TV news anymore. I just watch this. Well, we are the news. I mean, let's face it. Elon Musk said we're the news. And Anthony, loved to go by the number 17, also said, you are the news now. We're the news. It's the great democratization of information, and it's gone to the people. We, the people, are the news. Excuse me. Let's get rid of that. We, the people. Let's go big or go home. Boom. There we go. Big Rachel. So, we're the news. So legacy media is in big trouble. Canada just got $137 million injected into the dying CBC. The CBC is the domain of the baby boomer generation, people my age and older, that get their news this way and believe everything they're said. I've said it time and time again, that the propaganda, the ability to manipulate public opinion, to shape it and create issues, talking points, the narrative, if you will, defining the narrative. They've always had that ability. They have tremendous wealth pumped into them by vested interests. And I think the impact is clearly manifest in our culture, so that I use the example of the Ukrainian flags. They popped up like daffodils in spring. When the Ukraine-Russia war, we stand with the Ukraine, and it was all Ukraine. So people all over neighborhoods everywhere. How many people have you seen a Ukrainian flag on somebody's yard? That is a direct manifestation of a seed planted by the legacy media. How else would they know about this? And how else would they know to cheer for Ukraine in the conflict? Are we the baddies? Are we the bad? Well, we got, the skulls on the and the crossbones. That might be a clue that we're the baddies. Anyway, so you got that issue, and then it means self-appraisal. When I say we're the baddies, it means we need to appraise ourselves, look at ourselves in the West here. The other thing now, it's the elbows up, the vilification of Donald Trump, the positioning him as some sort of a demon to be conquered by loyal, patriotic Canadians in their non-value, non-identity, post-nationalist state selves. Suddenly, we're all about being a nation with national pride and all this sort of thing. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's ridiculous because it runs counter to the whole idea that we are, we're this great cultural mosaic. There is no shared core identity because we're so many people from all over the world, blah, blah, blah. Nothing joining us together. And no, you cannot go back and retroactively try and retrofit Paul Henderson. Henderson scores for Canada. You can't retroactively go back and create some sort of snowshoe shotting, buffalo hunting, horseback riding Canada long got skillet, ham skillet, bacon and eggs out in the prairie. Shake it up with your, Coleman stove and tin pot cup of coffee. All those days are gone, long gone. The dream is over. And so we got this new present reality. I wanted to do a meme on Canada, kind of like how it's going, how it started, how it's going. How it started, you got Champlain, remember? And you got him talking with the Champlain is talking with the Native Indians of Montreal, Quebec area in Canada, and they're making peace. Welcome to the village of Canada, and this kind of thing. And it's peaceful, the noble savage idea. And now, faster. And then I wanted to do something like they had 8 people break into a woman, an 83-year-old woman's apartment somewhere in Ontario, a little town in Ontario. 8 thugs go in balaclavas, right? Newcomers, by the way. So, that ain't great. That's not my Canada. It is my Canada now, sad to say. But it's not that. So when you appeal to these romantic images of an existence that no longer exists, I think you're being duped. I think you're being sold a fake bill of sale. So so I think this emerging story about these world leaders, Macron and Merz and Starmer, sitting around this table with the the after effects of a little alleged blow party, right? Allegedly. So hopefully something will come of it. I doubt it. I think the society doesn't care. It's too polarized. Oh, if it was your guy, you'd be defending. All right. It's not like that. If you're guilty, if you do the time, if you got the crime, do the time. Meanwhile, New York, Letitia James has been served. This is good news. Very happy to report on that as well.
You can see that there's a really good. This video is really good.
Well, you got another one? Send me a link, maybe.
Okay, I'll send you the link. It's really good.
Letitia James built her career on going after Donald Trump. Now she's under criminal investigation for fraud, falsified records, shady loans, total hypocrisy. This is what happens when you play politics instead of doing your job. Breaking news, Letitia James comes unglued after a bizarre rant on Trump's victory. She's a real piece of work. I had to look up, fuck around and find out. Got Tish James, this meme here kind of says everything. This little political meme. Let's throw this up. Hang on. I just love it. I like Carney when he was on the Honeymooners. Art, that's Art. Dave, you got the wrong Carney. You got the wrong guy. Here's Letitia James. This kind of says a lot. Let's make this big. Fuck around. Get Trump. She's fucking around. There's Tish. I love New York. And now it's coming back, boomeranging exactly on her. She is actually being charged with the very things, the kind of corruption she falsely accused Trump of. Trump was innocent. They even changed the rules around to get him. And she's in hot water now. A grand jury's been subpoenaed. She's been subpoenaed. We have to wait and see where that's all going to shake out. I find it very interesting indeed. So very positive developments on that front. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have Trump. They were saying, like, this is why the lamestream, the legacy media can be so problematic. Okay, let's go. Trump, China. We got a deal with Britain. We got breaking news here. Breaking, the White House just announced a historic trade deal with China. It shocked the world. Trump literally did the impossible. He actually did it. For immediate release, this is dated to today. I'm going to share it with you. And Glenn Psaki, and we go back to that. Glenn Psaki, what's her name? Gwen or Psaki? Jen, whatever. Psaki. The redhead, former Psaki. Press secretary under Biden administration. She's got her own talk show. She took over the mantle once owned by Rachel Maddow. So anyway, she's got her own show, and she's saying, oh, Trump's got not one deal. It's all hokum. It's all talk. But that isn't the reality of it. The reality is he's coming. He's delivered. England's got a deal. And now, just now announced, I'm pleased to announce it here. Let's do a new screen share with this one. Trump, China. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go big on this. Let's give it the full screen treatment. And then I will enlarge upon the theme. All right, can I? Yeah, maybe not. I'll read it to you anyway. U.S. announces China trade deal in Geneva. Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent. I'm happy to report that we made substantial progress between the U.S. and China in the very important trade talks. First, I want to thank our Swiss hosts, the Swiss government, blah, blah, blah. Let's get around that. We'll be giving details on the deal tomorrow, but I can tell you that the talks were productive. We had the vice premier, 2 vice ministers who were integrally involved, Ambassador Jameson and myself, and I spoke to President Trump, as did Ambassador Jameson last night, and he is fully informed of what is going on. So there will be a complete briefing tomorrow morning. Okay, that's coming out. This is coming from U.S. Trade Representative Ambassador Jameson Greer. This was, as the secretary pointed out, a very constructive 2 days. It's important to understand how quickly we're able to come to agreement, which reflects that perhaps the differences were not so large as may be thought. That being said, there was a lot of groundwork that went into these 2 days. Just remember why we're here in the first place. The United States has a massive 1.2 trillion, not million, not billion, trillion, $1.2 trillion trade deficit. The president declared a national emergency and he imposed tariffs. We're confident that the deal we struck with our Chinese partners will help us work toward resolving that national emergency. So very good news coming out of Geneva, the details of which are going to be done tomorrow. Frank, welcome aboard. Very nice to see you here.
So I put a better clip there.
Okay, we got a better clip of the Macron thing. I'll take a look at it. Let's go back to that. This is a breaking news story on the Macron activity. And I guess, what is this, a longer clip of it? Is that what I'm dealing with?
Yeah, it just zooms in.
Okay, and I guess it zooms in. Okay, well, let's play it first without sound and then after with sound. Okay, the boys are sitting down. Starmer, Mertz, what's his name? Macron. There's a spoon. Yeah, there's a good zoom in.
Yeah.
Okay. And over here, we got the little packet, right? The little paper thing. And oopsie daisy. And right hand to left hand. Holy shit. This is good. This is comedy.
Good zoom on
There's
that.
Frederick. And there's Kears. He's a little high right now. I can always picture Kears like a little kid. I can see him as a proper little English lad. There he is. There's the transfer. Bada bang, bada bang.
Look at their faces.
Bada boom. So, yeah, that's just crazy. Just crazy. So, yeah, thanks to Liz Churchill for that. So, yeah, we got some shenanigans, what we call shenanigans, right? Kind of crazy. Okay, so we got some more stories going on. Okay, let's go home on that. You know, it's just crazy, all the details coming out. So, big deal with China. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh, here's something else. Breaking news. Kash Patel has confirmed sealed indictments are there against multiple sitting senators for national security leaks. Breaking. That's 7 hours ago.
Adam Schiff.
It could be Adam Schiff. It could be the Intelligence Committee, because Schiff was notorious for it. Kash Patel confirmed sealed indictments against multiple sitting senators for national security leaks. Don't be leaking national security information. So that's quite interesting.
Wow, that's exciting.
Okay. Now hold on. Somebody's going. Is this factual? Somebody has a question about it. These things are. You always have to question. You have to follow up. We're going to wait on that. We'll see what happens about that. All right. What's the source on that? That's from Josh Dunlap. He's usually pretty good. Okay. Of course, we're still dealing with the whole issue. You've seen these statues that are going up all over, the big heavyset black women that are being established all over the world. The remarkable thing is they pulled so many statues down.
Historical.
You know.
It's historical relevance.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, that covers some sort of historic precedent, you know, whether it's the Civil War, the, you know, American War of Independence, what have you. You know, they've been torn down as being inappropriate. And in their place, we're seeing the arrival of these nondescript, other than, you know, heavyset, overweight Black women in various materials being established in various centers throughout the world. I think it's just crazy. I think it speaks to the decline of our civilization, the decline of our values as a culture and as a society, because I just don't think it promotes anything positive. Crosby, Stills, and Cash Patel. Holy smokes, he's my favorite of the bunch, I'll tell you that much. So there's always story. Okay. 1 hour ago, President Trump tweeted out, our country's been invaded, big capital words, by 21 million illegal aliens. Many of them are murderers, criminals of the highest order, and if we aren't allowed to remove them because of a radicalized and incompetent court system, the USA will quickly and violently become a crime-ridden third world nation, never to see greatness again. I'd have to agree with the president. Our lawyers should state this fact. Then, when going before the U.S. Supreme Court and all other courts, I was elected in a landslide, won all 7 swing states, 312 electoral college votes, won 2,750 to 525 districts, and easily won the popular vote. I must be allowed to do the job that I was elected to do. If not, we won't have a country anymore. Make America great again. And he's absolutely right. So we've got these lower court judges, left, right, and center, pardon the pun, in impeding the progress of the president's agenda, an agenda that he was voted into office to fulfill. And he's being frustrated and slowed down by this. Trump always seems to be operating with a piano on his back because there's so much controlled, paid, powerful opposition to what Trump's trying to get down. It's a hell of a fight. It's a true battle royale. You know, so where's it going to go? I mean, there's a limit too. There was a notice in Canada said, should we just fight and resist kind of thing, the tariffs until Trump's gone in 4 years? This is Canada taking an adversarial tone. We're on the boat, the ferry boat, the British Columbia official BC ferry, and on their TV was CTV News blasting for 90 minutes. People were being exposed to anti-Trump propaganda from the yellow press in Canada. It's disgusting. Mm-hmm. And of course, the BC Ferry Corporation is a crown corporation. It means it operates more like a business, and it's no good to anybody. It loses money perpetually. The government's constantly having to fuel more money into it. You know, you know, we have so many examples like this in Canada. Canada could do with a Doge department of its own, but the corruption is so thick, so deep, so widespread that one wonders if there's any fixing it at all up here. We may be truly lost up here. I know China is a player in Canada, a big player with a lot of influence. So again, it's always seems we're playing the long game on this. You know, Trump says, go deep, I'm going to get it to you. Oh, snap. I should have gone overtime with Sue to keep this propaganda off the air. Yeah, Marty, absolutely. You should have pushed it a little bit longer. I would have honored your time with Sue, but it was a great interview. I was listening in from the other room. And great questions, a lot of fun. Head over to Marty in Oregon if you want to know a little bit about my better half and some of our stories. Sue's just great. Anyway, Sue, can I have trouble you for water while I'm sitting here in the hot seat? Now, unfortunately, so my buddy, I don't know where Blake is. Maybe you can message Blake and say, hey, we do have a little thing if you want to join. But again, Sunday, he may not be available. He may be out hunting or something.
He likes the great outdoors. On the weekends.
Could Canada survive on its own without England? Yeah, we could do it without England. We could not do it without America. Canada is a historic anomaly. We were legislated into existence. In fact, Canada used to be comprised of 2 main territories and then 3. Upper and Lower Canada, Canada being Ontario, Lower Canada later becoming Quebec, and then Rupert's Land, which is essentially the prairie provinces, northern Canada, which was owned by the company called the Hudson's Bay Company. And, there was a great meme I saw there. Canada. I'll see if I can get that. There's a great meme showing where the Hudson's Bay Company has gone bankrupt. It's a company that was in existence for over 600 years. It doesn't exist anymore. Oh, yeah. Excuse me, folks. Need that water. So I saw a great meme.
This is good. That's a good story.
Okay, we got Sue's just handed me another story. Breaking. A New York State senator that worked to pass the Adult Survivors Act, which allowed E. Jean Carroll to go after Trump with accusation, right? E. Jean Carroll, the whole sexual assault thing, to go after Trump with accusations 30 years ago, now says the law is unconstitutional because a rapey lawsuit got filed against him too. You cannot make this up. So that is, which one? The New York State Adult Survivors Act, U.S. Senator. Let's go to that. I'll see if I can share that story with you. Okay, let's go. Adult Survivors Act. Adult Survivors. Talk about a boomerang. All this stuff seems to boomerang. We got Letitia James with her, law affair boomeranging. Okay, yeah, here's the story on it. Let's do this. It's being reported from multiple sources. Can I get this any bigger for the kids? Okay, there he is. Breaking. Okay, let's see how okay, there you go. Let's go. Okay, and the writing on the wall says, breaking, a New York State senator worked to pass the Adult Survivors Act, which allowed E. Jean Carroll to go after Trump with accusations 30 years ago. Now says the law is unconstitutional because a rapey lawsuit got filed against him too. You cannot make this stuff up. Oh, congratulations, Senator Kevin Parker, Brooklyn, 21st District. Lock him up. Let's get a mugshot. Holy smokes, let's see a perp walk. I always like to give a repost on these things. Often when you see something from me, I'm active. I participate in it, and we do it. So James, going to your question, Canada could survive without England. It's an outdated mode of things. I created my own meme on that. I'll show you this one. Stop screen. Let's replace it. Cancel that. Let's go here. Let's go in here. Bada bang, bada bing. This is a meme I made about England. Yeah. I had fun doing this one. All right. Let's share this now. It's fun, Jays. Quick and easy stuff. We just here for about a half hour or so just to cover some stories. How it started, the Lady of the Lake, the legendary King Arthur, the Holy Spirit in the form of a dove, the sword, Excalibur, raised from the Lady of the Lake. And then how it's going, you got this moron here with his, agenda and his World Economic Forum bullshit, all that kind of nonsense. How it started, how it's going. So the idea of a monarchy, divine right of kings, all this sort of thing, the sovereign head of state over Canada, it's a bit moribund. Its time is up. You better know it. So I don't think it's as relevant anymore. I don't think the crown is a thing. And what role does the crown have to play in a post-nationalist state with a population of no core identity or shared values? How the hell does that even become a thing in Canada? Why even have it? Americans shake their heads. What? We got our Governor General is going to go talk to you. Look out. America, well, Governor General, what the hell's that, right? The Governor General is a de facto representation of the British Crown in Canada. It represents the king. The king! Who is the king?
This post is going completely viral. Like a lot of people have like over 50,000 posts.
Which one on that? On this Douglas guy?
No, Keir Starmer.
Oh, Keir Starmer's gone. Yeah, the Macron, the alleged cocaine party, that's gone viral, and to no one's surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, I found a Kennedy LP, like a dead Kennedys with the Beatles connection. I will share on my stream. Stephen McElwain, our good friend. We love you, Stephen. So glad you could be here today. We appreciate it. So, yeah, there's always something happening. There's always these breaking news stories that are happening. And what was the other one? Oh, Letitia James is Governor Haskell is putting in some money to help defend Letitia James to fight the DOJ. I mean, this is the corruption. It just completely goes. Okay. Holy smokes. The stories just never end.
I'm going to do some more stuff.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Trump out there defending the terrorists, telling what's going on. Now, we have problems, election integrity issues are one of the things you can't really talk about on YouTube. So we're not going to talk, even if they're in Canada. There are some, they did a recount. They did a recount in one of these Quebec, districts. And on the recount, the Liberals, who are fighting to get a majority government, somehow squeezing blood out of a stone to somehow get a majority government, won a seat by one vote. And that one vote turned up on the recount. So I don't know what to make of that. You be the judge of that.
Here, check this one out.
All right. What do you got?
It's our friend Lucinda.
Oh, Lucinda. Thanks, Rachel. It was fun. Hey, Marty, thank you for being here for a bit, man. I'm just going to be here a few minutes more. Okay. Can I go to that one? Open link.
Oh, no, I don't think that's the right one.
Okay, she got the wrong one there.
Hang on,
she got the wrong one, everybody.
Hang on, I got this. Sorry.
President Kennedy, I guess, was talking about the Fabs before they showed up, something like that. There's a connection. Of course, John F. Kennedy dies November 22nd, 1963. The Fabs, for American audiences, show up February 9th, 1964, right after the dancing year. On the Ed Sullivan show.
That's correct. Go ahead.
Okay, it's the correct link.
I misunderstood his handle or whatever.
What do you got for me, Sue? Let's take a look here.
Tell me that isn't cocaine.
Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, it's all of them. Somebody goes, it's all of them. Here's Lisa. Well, have you ever seen Zelensky? There's one of her with a pipe or something. Here we go. Let's see what Lucinda's got. Oh, hey, whoa. Ooh, dodged the bullet there. Hey. Not a real bullet, no. That would be Trump. Nobody wants me gone. Okay, I look good. Things are going good. Oh, wow. Hey, wow. Oh, I see bees. I see big bees. You see big bees? I sure do. Oh. Well, I'm pretty high. All right. Holy smoke. Wow. That is just crazy. I don't know what's going on there. You be the judge of that. I don't know. Judge. I want to hear more about Sue Story. You will on the next Marty in Oregon program. God knows what's going to happen. I think it'd be a good idea for Rudy Giuliani to become part. Sure, he's a good guy, but Trump's got a new team. Let Giuliani help from the sidelines, all that kind of thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached that. We're a little over time, but we started a little early. We ended a little late. And but again, these are just half-hour things. It really helps if you give me a thumbs up and put a like on the video. Please share it. If you're a conservative, share it to social media, whatever you want to do. Let's get the word on this and continue to fight the good fight, supporting this president, supporting freedom. And God bless everybody. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me here today. Bye for now. Poof.